We good now.
We good?
We good.
We good? We good?
Yeah.
Welcome to Share Qi-Gong with the World. Blue Dragons. YouTube. Instagram.
Facebook.
Facebook. So here we are. So I wanted to say just a couple of things before we get started. So 5G, Mercury retrograde.
You know. You know.
Not working.
It is.
We finally got it working, but it took us like 20 minutes to get everything working.
No.
Okay.
Probably
So
7.
so today we're gonna do the 5 emotional release dances. Now, what are the 5 emotions? Emotion number 1 is worry, which is part of a complex of obsession and compulsion. So what does worry do? Worry causes the digestive system to contract. And when the digestive system contracts, what happens? Things don't flow. The stomach doesn't do its job. Small intestine doesn't do its job. Large intestine doesn't do its job. Nothing works. So what do? We do Qi-Gong. We do wave away worry. So that's the exercise we're going to do to get rid of worry, obsession, and compulsion. So when we do wave away worry, the stomach meridian starts underneath the eye, goes down to the jaw, up to the hairline, through the nipple, through the hip, through the knee, and down to the second toe. Spleen meridian starts on the big toe and comes up through the groin, next to the belly button, and comes up underneath the breast, and then jogs over between the 4th and 5th rib in line with the armpit. So we go down stomach, up spleen, down stomach, up spleen. So that particular movement breaks up the stagnation that coagulates in your digestive system. So wave away worry. The second dance we're going to do is called the kidney flow. So when you have fear, what happens? This locks up. And when you have anxiety, your hamstrings lock up. So when your kidney region locks up, what happens? You have a tendency to do this. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but that's physiologically what happens. Now, when little kids are scared, what do in their pants?
They poop.
They pee in their pants. And what do adults do when they get scared?
They poop.
They poo in their pants. They get scared wettless, okay? So you lose motor control of your urination and your defecation. Whoa! It's the same muscles that are used for both. So fear and anxiety causes you to lose control. Lord have mercy, we don't want any of that. The next emotion is the complex of anger. It's a huge poison pot. So number 1 is anger, frustration, resentment, shame, blame, guilt, then suppression of anger, and then rage. So all that is swirling in this big pot. And so we're going to do the liver dance. So who's the pain in your
But
So we're going to do the first part of the liver dance to break off the stagnation of who's the pain in your butt. Okay? The next thing is who's the pain in your neck. So we're going to put the drama in a bucket and we're going to throw the drama over the head. Okay? That's how we're going to get rid of the pain in the neck. And then we have a tendency in our hypochondriac region to tense up. So when guys are angry, they do this. When girls are angry, they do this. So the shoulders go up when girls get angry, and shoulders go back when guys get angry. But both of that constrict the chest. So we're gonna break up the stagnation in the chest, and we call that the Qi twist. So we break that up, okay? So that is 3. We got 2 more to go. Now, the lungs are injured by grief. Now, we all know that grief has to do with mommy or daddy dying, your dog get run over by a car, in your front yard, that happens. That's what we think of grief. But we always say, don't give me any grief, Billy. So there's some colleague at work that gives you grief, some employee or some boss that gives you grief. And when you are in a grief state, what happens? You have a tendency to hold your breath and constrict your lungs. So, in order to break that up, we do what I call the lung swim. And so we break up that stagnation. We break it up. Let it go. Let it flow. Okay? And that's a lot of fun. Breaking up the stagnation. And then the last dance is where we convert depression into joy. And we open our hearts side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now open your heart side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Okay, I think we're ready. We're gonna do a little, techie tech test. Yes, our techie tech test worked. Okay, now we're in business. We're almost in business. There we go. I think we're in business. So we need you that you like what you're seeing so far, and we need you to comment whether the ocean is too loud or the music is not loud enough. Okay, so I think we're ready. Okay, so step to the left, drag the foot, step to the right, drag the foot, bend your knees and turn.
God, a wrathful old man with long white hair, or a loving
Share Qi-Gong with the world Friday.
How is your God, vengeful, jealous, and punishing, or total acceptance, unconditional, forgiving, and loving? When is your God, once a week in a building, keeping you apart from the other 6 days, not acting with compassion and heart?
So to the regulars,
Your God, surrounded by angels,
I'm talking about spiraling Qi-Gong, and this is a perfect example of the spiral.
What is your God? First pleasure on ease, money, and power.
So we practiced this yesterday.
Created a flower. What is your God? What is your God? Are you angry with God because you didn't know that all along you had choices to go high or
The arms and the torso flow together. Step, drag the foot,
7
step,
deadly emotions are just thoughts.
drag the foot.
I won't call you on your stuff because you'll just pass the buck. What gets you to God is not situation or circumstance. It's your intention to do the holiest of making your body,
Mind and spirit all rise,
who's your God? Breathing, meditation,
and internal exercise.
Spirits aware from the root to the ground. The 7 seals connect the body to the mind, lifting you up to higher ground. Higher ground. Higher. So how will you play
The rest of your life's movie,
avoiding pain in your mind while smoking a doobie, groovy with anger and fear stuck in your body in ordinary human fashion? For God's action every day with unconditional, loving compassion. Compassion. Who is your God? Who is your God? Wrathful old man with long white hair, or a loving God parent? this kind loving care.
Okay, now we're going to make it more complicated. You're going to turn and look up. You're going to step.
Unconditional forgiving and loving.
Step.
When is your God? When is your God? Once a week.
And turn.
In a building, keeping you apart.
Now step to the left. Step to the right.
Passion. Where is your God? Surrounded by
step to the right.
The stars inside your
step to the left.
Filled with love, never to die. What is your God?
Keep your eye looking at the center of the palm. Breathe out as you go down. Breathe in as you come up.
Are you angry with God because you didn't know that all along you had choices to go high or go low? Anger, frustration, resentment, shame, blame, and guilt are part of the programming you allowed to be built. 7 deadly emotions are just thoughts that
point your chin towards the sky when you look up at the palm of your hands.
What gets you to God, it's not situation or circumstance. It's your intention to do the holy and divine dance. Making your body, mind, and spirit all wise. Breathing, meditation, and internal exercise. Spirits aware from the root to the crown. The 7 seals connect the body to the mind and lifting you up to higher ground. So how will you play out the rest of your life's movie? Your life's moving in pain in your mind while smoking a doobie, with anger and fear stuck in your body in ordinary human fashion, or God's agent in action every day.
With unconditional, loving compassion. So I want to add a little bit of explanation to this particular movement. So you're bending your knees, you're turning, you're leaning back, you're turning, bending your knees and turning. So this is what's going on internally without moving your arms, okay? So you're leaning forward, you're turning, you're leaning back as you go up. So then you're going down and forward and turn and up and back, okay? And then of course, we're doing the reverse. We're turning, standing up, leaning back, turning, leaning forward. So that's called a spiral, okay? So as you lift, as you step and lift, you're elongating your spine. So you step and lift and then contract and make small. And now you turn and step and lift and contract. So without the arms, this is what you're doing. And that's what's called spiraling the spine, Qi-Gong. So everybody thinks this is all about the arms. It's not about the arms, it's about the spine. Now, there's something called interstitial fluid. 71% of your body is interstitial fluid. That's water. Now, we have cerebrospinal fluid. At the base of the spine, there's a bone called the sacral bone. The sacral bone protects the sacral pump, which pumps fluid back up to the brain. So every time you go up and down, you're pumping fluid that lubricates the brain and the eyeballs. Gee, guess who doesn't need that? So everything that we're doing is to pump fluid into the brain. Now, what is included in that fluid is blood. And if your neck is tense, what are you doing? You're restricting the blood flow to the brain. So if you're on your computer, if you're on your cell phone, if you're Ubering, all these things cause a neck restriction, okay? If you sleep wrong, if you sit wrong. So all of this is to break up that stagnation.
So the first part, we're just looking at the palm of the hand. And this is going to be up for 24 hours for all the new people who've never seen Qi-Gong before. This is going to be up for 24 hours and then it's going to go unlisted. So as you look at this, you're going to be looking at the center of your palm. So bend and then turn and then bend and then turn. So that's what's going on. We're spiraling the spine and we're pushing the fluid up into the brain, okay? And then part two, when we go up, okay, now we're leaning back and we're definitely getting fluid into the brain. We're definitely doing that. Now, the trick to this whole thing is your immune system. So as you lean back and come down, this particular movement turns on your immune system. There's a white blood cell, there's a lymphocyte that is the ignition for turning on your immune system. So this is something that we should really be focused on, okay? Should really be focused on the lean back, okay? So she was working to get yeah? Okay. All righty then. Just turn it.
I'm waiting for everyone.
Oh. Okay. Hand to the ear. 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 Keep it up. Keep it up. Pick your knee up. Pick your chi up. Kick your chi up. Hey. Flow. Pick your knee up. Pick your chi up. Kick your chi up. Pick your chi up. Pick your chi up. Pick your chi up. Kick your chi up. Flow. Now knee to the up. 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 Knee to the elbow. Knee to the elbow. The elbow. Knee to the elbow. Knee to the elbow. Knee to the elbow. Knee to the elbow. Now pick your heel. Pick your chi up. Kick your chi up. Hey. Flow. Pick your heel up. Pick your chi up. Kick your chi up. Flow. Pick your heel up. Pick your chi up. Kick your chi up. Hey. Do the kidney flow. Pick your heel up. Pick your chi up. Kick your chi up. Hey. Do the kidney flow. Now hand to the ear. Hand to the ear. I want you to sing with me. Hand to the ear. Hand to the ear. Hand to the ear. Now pick your knee. Pick your chi up. Flow. Pick your chi up. Pick your chi up. Flow. Now knee to the upper. 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 Sing it, sing it.
Hey.
Flow. Pick your heel. Pick your chi up. Flow. Pick your heel up. Pick your chi up. Kick your chi up. So because big twist and shame lip. So when you pick your knee up, the quadratic pushes forward and it moves the psoas muscle across the top of the kidney. The kidney has two chambers to filter all the fluids in the body. And so we can't take the kidneys out and rinse them and put them back. So that's going to break up that stagnation. So the kidneys are connected to the ear. The kidneys are also connected to the feet. So that's why we start, as we step, knees go, and then when you pick your knee up, sacral, and then when you kick it, you're breaking up that stagnation that's in the kidney. And then knee to the elbow, lower to the elbow, going across the lower portion of the kidney. And then when we do pick your heel up and lean back, then we're arching the back, creating a space for the kidneys to release. Okay? And then we say, pick your heel up, pick your chi up, kick your chi up. So that really opens up that area of the kidneys. Okay? Next up. Bounce, jing, bounce, jing, bounce, jing. So, to the N to the G, jing. Jing is where we suppress our energy. Extend your arm, twist your wrist. Extend your arm, twist your wrist. Extend your arm, twist your wrist. Opposite. Extend your arm. There you go. Jing, bounce, make sure you turn your heel to the side. Jing, bounce. There you go. Jing, bounce to the jing, bounce to the jing, bounce to the jing. Back step right. Now we're going to do the chi twist. Right. Back step right. Twist to the left. Chi twist. Chi twist. Chi twist. Chi twist. This is how we break up the stagnation. Twist. Chi twist. River. Okay, it's a smaller movement. Speed it up. Bounce, chi, bounce, chi, bounce, chi, bounce, chi, chi, twist, chi, twist, chi, twist, chi, twist, shen, lift, shen, lift, shen. Scoop up the water with the bucket. Throw the water over your head. Scoop up the water. Throw the water over your head. Scoop up the bucket. Throw out the drama. Pick up the bucket. Put down your drama. Put down your drama. Go tell your mama. Ain't nobody got time for this. My issues in my tissues. Ain't no so you're either compressing or contracting. And the spleen. Spleens on the left. Spleens on okay.
On the ground, up on your shoulders, back in your heels.
Put it on the shoulder.
Drop your shoulders, loosen your neck, twist your head.
Put it on the shoulder.
Pop your arm, shake your body, shake your body.
Put your anger at yourself. Now just bounce. Drop your shoulders to the bottom. Bang your heels on the ground. What was I angry at? I was so I didn't even know what.
Reach right, bounce, Qi twist, and Shen lift.
So that was the three treasures, Jing, Qi, and Shen. So Jing.
See,
And we're back.
we got our chi up.
We got a Qi back. All right.
Just hang. The hang right here. Here. Just so it doesn't fall off.
Okay,
I
we
got
got a
it.
Qi back.
Yeah, just hang it.
See the loop this thing? That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Hang
okay, gotcha.
here. Hang here. That's what it's for.
We got unexpected problems.
You have to hang it here so that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got it.
Here we go. Boom. We're good.
Okay.
Where would I be without a team? Bam! I'd be nowhere without a team.
Yes.
Sharing Qi-Gong with the world. On Friday, every Friday. So, anger can be dispersed by moving it out of the Jing, out of the Qi, and out of the Shen. So, as we do the Jing bounce, we increase the flow of energy through the digestive organs and the reproductive organs. Because anger, although we say it's the chest, it's this, it's also this. It's hard to make love when you're angry. Really hard to make love when you're angry. And it's even harder to digest the food when you're angry. So when you're angry, anger also affects this area. Now, we already know that it affects the chest, so it's going to speed up the heart rate, it's going to raise blood pressure, and it's going to raise respiration. Okay? So none of those things are good. So that's why we do this. Now, the Qi twist. So this is an extension and a contraction. An extension and a contraction. Extension, contraction. Now, we know that the liver's on the right, spleen on the left. raising your right, raising your left. Because you're mirroring me, or I'm
Right.
mirroring you.
Right.
However.
We hope.
Okay? So when you step to the right, you're expanding the liver and contracting the spleen. And then we contract, and then you step to the left and turn to the right. And now we're expanding the spleen and contracting the liver. Okay? So, because the liver is injured by anger, frustration, resentment, guilt, depression, suppressed anger, and rage. Wow. That's a whole lot to be bound up in your liver. So you have to twist it out, just like you take a wet rag and you twist the dirty water out of the wet rag. That's what we're doing. We're twisting the dirty water that collects in the cerebrospinal fluid by contracting and expanding the liver, contracting and expanding the spleen. Got that?
Yes.
Okay. So, human beings like drama. We really enjoy drama. If our life was peaceful and serene, we know what you said. And we instigate stuff. And as a kid, I was the supreme instigator, mainly because I couldn't fight. So I would coach other people because I didn't know how to fight. Later on, once I learned how to fight, I stopped doing it. Fight is really hard. It's really hard. So, don't do that. So, in order to get rid of the drama in your head, you put the drama in a bucket, pick up the bucket, and throw the drama in your bucket.
Pick up the bucket.
Drama in your bucket, pick up the bucket,
Throw out the drama.
your head. Pick up the bucket, throw out the drama. Throw out the drama. Put down the bucket, take down the drama, go tell your mama, my issues in my tissues, ain't nobody got time for this, I gotta get rid of my issues.
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 So I can clean my tissues. So that's how we get rid of the drama in the head. So it's 3 parts. And if this is the only thing you get from today's class, it's worth $1,000 in psychotropic drugs and therapy. If that's the only thing you get out of this class, is the True Treasures liver dance, I did my job. Take it and run with it. The music is original, so you have to contact me. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to get rid of grief. And grief is not just the loss of the loved one. It's the loss of the attachment to my car, my house, my job, my vacation home, my plants, my flowers, my food, and even Again, you may notice that this is still spiraling spine. Now you're going to lean back, and now you're going to swim towards the sky. So really lean back. Stretch. Use your pectoral muscles. Go backwards. Keep up the water. Step to the left. So we're doing a lymphatic cleanse. Now, for those of you who know, the breast tissue is part of the lymphatic system. So the lymphatic and dirt and toxic environment for clean the lymphatic system on a daily basis. Just like you take a shower, or a bath, or go to a weekly massage, or run by swing, skate, ski, dance, jump, climb, or you know, take a run. You get a chance to clean your lymphatic system. This is called the Tai Chi pole dance. The spine is called the Tai Chi pole. Tai meaning big. Qi meaning electromagnetic energy. So big Qi goes through your spine. In fact, the spine is called the central Qi channel. And it goes up the front and it goes up the back. So it's a three-dimensional Qi-Gong cylinder. Three-dimensional energetic cylinder. That's the Tai Chi pole. So there's points on the front and there's points on the back. So for anybody who knows anything about the chakras, not chakras, you know that the crown and the top is rooted at the bottom. But the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth have a front and a back. So there's not 7, there's actually 12 chakras. And in the Chinese system, there's 13, 14, behind the knee, 17, called the Tai Chi pole, is to make sure that cylinder goes all the way to the extremities of the hands, the back of the knees, and the feet. That's a tall order to make sure that electromagnetic energy goes all the way out. Now, the hips are the things that dip. So we get to dip our hip, dip your hip, dip your hip, dip your hip, dip your hip.